The Minnesota Vikings 2020 NFL draft class is already looking pretty damn good with Justin friggin' Jefferson, KJ Osborne, as well as DJ Wonnum. But what if I told you that second round pick Ezra Cleveland, as well as third round pick Cameron Dantzler, have a chance to ascend to the heights and become absolute monsters at their positions? Well, Pro Football Focus's Mike Renner, he of the Bachelor fame, he went through and pegged 10 year 3 breakout candidates, and 2 Vikings are on that list, among Jerry Jeudy, Jonathan Grenard from the Titans, Jonah Jackson, our guy from Ohio State, former teammate of Wyatt Davis, absolute stud. Travis Gibson, who the Bears actually acquired via a trade up with the Vikings. Brandon Ayuk, who the Vikings were part of a trade down that year in 2020. Grant Delpit coming in from LSU, really rebounding from that torn Achilles. Kyle Duggar. The Patriots are just great at developing safeties, man, as well as Isaiah Simmons, he who does not have a position, but he's just a defensive weapon out there in the desert with the Cardinals. But Ezra and Dantzler are on the list, and Ezra has basically been a starter for a year and a half for the Vikings, and he's really settled into his position where he initially he was sort of against kicking inside to guard, and before the Vikings drafted Darrisaw, there was thoughts that Ezra Cleveland would be the Vikings' future franchise left tackle, but I think he settled in extremely nicely at that left guard spot, and him just getting more experience at the position is only going to lead to more benefits. And in year 3, this is what Mike Renner wrote. There's a lot to like about Cleveland as a prospect coming out of Boise State back in 2020, but there were also a lot of reasons why he may not hit the ground running. He is a tackle guard convert who tested out like an elite athlete, yet hadn't put much in the way of elite tape. With 2 years of starting experience at both guard positions under his belt in the NFL, we've seen his physical capability start to shine as he earned a 75.4 overall grade over the second half of last season. Plus, he turned just 24 in May. You can see why there's a lot to get excited about. For comparison, rookie first-rounder Cole Strange turns 24 at the end of July. Cleveland and Christian Darrisaw look like they could be holding down the left side of the Vikings line for a long time to come. And yeah, it's absolutely true about Ezra. Plus, the thing that was mainly concerning about Ezra was him playing with leverage, since he was so tall. But if you notice, the Vikings needed a yard in the run game, or the Vikings on the red zone, they're generally running behind Ezra Cleveland because that's how much that they love and trust him. Plus, if they can solidify the left tackle position, Darrisaw in year 2 with a full offseason, I think that he has a chance to be an all-pro at that position. And if they can find something at center, whether it's Bradbury developing, whether it's Chris Reed, whether it's Jesse Davis, I don't care. It's the stability around Ezra Cleveland will help him grow even more, and I think he has a chance to go kaboom in year 3. And then go to Cameron Dantzler. The needle. Changes number 3. The pride of Mississippi State. Go Bulldogs. This is what Renner wrote about him. Dantzler quietly had a stellar 2021 season, although it didn't quite come with the splash plays to get him noticed. His 1 pick and 6 pass breakups don't jump out, but when you realize he only allowed 311 yards on 63 targets, 33 completions, things start to look a little different. There's also good reason to think that he would be a dynamite fit in Ed Donatel's split field coverage heavy defense. Dantzler only allowed 4 catches on 8 targets for 40 yards with 2 forced interceptions on 64 snaps in quarter coverage variations last season. And with Dantzler last year, there was a kerfuffle with Brashad Breeland, with Mackenzie Alexander, a bunch of guys who maybe shouldn't have been getting playing time over Dantzler, but when he was in, he was phenomenal. And the analytics really bear that out as well. And I think that another year older, wiser, plus he's added weight and strength, and another year with Patrick Peterson and overhaul of the defense, I think that Cameron Dantzler does have a chance to shine this year, even though the Vikings added up and stacked up a bunch of competition, whether it's free agents Sean Sullivan, as well as Nate Hairston, bringing back Patrick Peterson, as well as drafting a Caleb Evans and Andrew Booth Jr. I think that the Needle has a chance to really establish himself as an elite prospect at the cornerback position this year. So yeah, I'm PFF sometimes are frenemies, but this time, I think that they're absolutely good to go. I mean, they could also put KJ on this list too, even though he had a minor breakout last year. I think KJ, low-key, has a chance to be a 1,000-yard receiver, even as wide receiver 3 in the Vikings offense. Woo, 3 deep. Let's go, man. But your thoughts are thoughts. Ezra Cleveland, Cameron Dantzler named breakout candidates in year 3 by Pro Football Focus. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. You want to support the work, put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skull Production Value.